Capricorn, welcome back to your week ahead zodiac horoscope from Born Without Boundaries. My name is Michelle. Please do click subscribe if you haven't already and ring that bell so you know when I go live. I'm about to begin your weekly forecast. It's an oracle card reading, just so that you guys know. This is an oracle card reading, not a tarot card reading. I use tarot in the extended if you want to meet me on the other side. So, this is the weekly prediction from September 22nd, 23rd, all the way through the end of the month for the zodiac sign of Capricorn. Capricorn, let's just get right into it. Not feeling so great about yourself. And it seems like you're repeating specific patterns. Well, that happens, right? When we don't feel so great about ourselves, when our sense of self-value, when our sense of worth, when our sense of energy. I think that this is also that for you guys, is that your energy is feeling drained. You're just feeling like you love to work. It usually gives you energy, but not now. For some reason, there's this sense of your work is draining you. You're not happy. You're not fulfilled at work. You're doing too much work. The work-life balance is not on point. And the reason why it's being exacerbated is because of the Libra season. In Libra season, Capricorn, we're forced to focus on balance. It's calling us to look at, is our life in harmony? Is our life healthy, right? Have we made decisions that make it healthy? Have we sustained the right levels of everything to make sure? Because some of us need more of one thing and less of another than others do. But it's our levels. Have we kept our levels where they're supposed to be happy? And this week, you have not. And it's not like I'm shaking a finger at you saying, la, 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 you haven't done right. There's just been this sense of too much of something, too much, and I feel like it's too much work. And you're feeling sensations of you're not good enough, you just can't do enough, no matter how hard you try, it's not working out, or you're putting too much work in to just maintain mediocre or status quo. But here's the thing, and this is what this card is telling me. You're making the same mistakes. You're repeating the same patterns. You're prioritizing just going to work and getting things done. And you're prioritizing work so much, you're missing out on opportunities that were given to you to have a new life. It's like maybe you just met somebody. And once again, there's this sense of, but I have to do this, but I have to do that. Like literally what I'd like you to do, Capricorn, is this week, count how many times you tell people that you love that you're too busy. Do it. I want you to actually make a list. Count how many times you tell somebody that you love that you're too busy or that you have to work. Count how many times you picked up the phone and even though you're already overworked, even though you already are stressed out to the max, you said yes to the side job, an extra job, putting more work onto you. Yes, 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 yes. Are you forgetting? Are you forgetting that's what put your life out of balance to begin with? Are you not seeing, and this is also telling me you're not seeing that you've been given an opportunity for something different. You've been given the opportunity to have a different kind of life, but you're not taking it. You're clinging to this old way of being that hasn't worked for you, will continue to not work for you, and you're driving away those opportunities that were abundantly given to you maybe a couple of months ago or recently. So this is my concern. This is Libra season's concern. How do we get Capricorn back into balance? How do we make sure that Capricorn makes the decision to make a different decision this time instead of making the same old mistakes in new situations? So start with a list. That's really what I want you guys to do. I want you to literally write down how many times you tell somebody that you love that you don't have time for them, or that you have to deprioritize spending time for them or doing things with them because I have work. I have work. I have work. Guess what, Capricorn? We all have work. We all have shit to do. We all have bills to pay. We all have financial stresses. It's you in particular this week that's having a hard time deciphering what to say yes to and what to say no to. And I think it's because you're not really comfortable with your new blessings. You're not comfortable in a situation where something has been given to you that's nice and that you've prayed for a very long time. And this is like a backward sense of self. This is that mentality of not being able to have that confidence and self-love to be accepting of things that are given to you, things that are gifts, things that are like moments for happiness. Now, I know that you guys take a lot of pride in your work. I understand that. I understand that you actually like working, that it actually helps you. But does it? Does it help you, or does it keep you feeling safe? And so you think it helps you. But is it really helping you move forward for your long-term priorities? How much of your life is spent doing and working, and how much of your life is spent enjoying? And does the joy that you receive in doing and being active, does it equal out to that joy that you have in celebrating your life and really experiencing your life? You know, as I'm talking, I know, like I hear it in my head. I know that you guys feel comfortable at work. It's almost like that's where you take your sense of self. It's like where you get your sense of achievement and accomplishment and value. Okay, that makes sense. So how about this? Are there ways to incorporate people that you love into your work, or really, really reassess? Because I feel like there's a stuck. I really do. I feel like there's a sense of stuck, a sense of holding on to a specific job, a specific role, a specific choice in terms of what you choose to engage your time in. And it's like it's not giving you what you want. It's not giving you what you desire. And yet you're stuck in it. You're stuck in this mindset. I'm just trying to say, Capricorn, this week is really going to call you to you're going to be presented with the opportunity to get unstuck. Will you do it or will you not? You know, if you are putting in 60 hours a week, and so this is what this card means. Both these cards mean. You're putting in 60 hours a week, but you're only making 2/3 of what you need to make to pay your bills. But you're refusing other options and other opportunities for employment because you're comfortable where you are and you feel like, you know, you can handle the situation and you know the people and you're comfortable there and you don't want to move. Are you forgetting? It's almost like you have amnesia. When you're presented with a new opportunity, you suddenly get amnesia to all the bad stuff and all the bad feelings that you get when you can't pay your bills or you get disrespected at work. It's like suddenly all of that goes away and you're like, oh, idealizing, but I love it here. I'm so comfortable here. Bullshit. It's a bunch of bullshit. You're comfortable somewhere when it's time to let go of it. You're comfortable somewhere when it's time to move on, because what really scares you is change and moving on and taking that leap of faith into something new. And that's why you're forgetting. You're forgetting all of those bad things that made you want something new to begin with. And there's this challenge this week with you, Capricorn, is to really look yourself in the eye. That's why I'm saying make a list and write it down. Write down how many times you tell people you don't have time. You don't have time. You don't have time. You don't have time because you have to work. You have to work a job at the end of the week, at the end of the month that isn't paying your bills. You don't have time. You don't have time for people that you love, for a job that isn't giving you what you need. But when you're asked to leave it, you adore it and you worship it and you idolize it and it's perfect and nobody should say anything against it. Repeating the same patterns. And listen, you guys are ruled by Saturn. You know, it's almost like you're stuck in this rote, kind of pedantic, obsessed mindset of what you're requiring you, of how you are, what you're requiring you apply to your own life. It's I guess the hardest, Saturn is testing you the hardest. Why? Because you're most affected by it, because you have that mentality. What do? I would say do something that you feel comfortable with, like writing a list or taking notes and really writing down quantifiable data as to your behavior. That's what I would suggest this week, because I really feel like you need it. If you are offered an opportunity, seriously consider it. Whatever that opportunity is, and I feel like it's not the one that you're thinking of, because it may not be in the form of a new job. It may be in the form of a new relationship. Like, God. It may be in the form of a new relationship. It may be in the form of you finally met somebody who's more than happy to pick up your slack or help you pay your bills. And you don't want to let that go because it's what you have identified. God. I apologize, Capricorn. I've been doing a lot of readings, and I think it always affects my voice like that. It's what you've identified your value as. I'm valuable because I'm there. I'm valuable because I'm productive. I'm valuable because I own these things. I'm valuable because I earn this much. No, you're not. You're valuable because of the way that you make people feel, and you have the potential this week to be making people feel like shit because you're devaluing them to overvalue what you think makes you valuable, but that's not what makes you valuable. What makes you valuable is the way that you love people, because something that Capricorns do not get enough credit for is just how goddamn good they are at loving people and how really awesome they are at forming families and being great parents and being great friends. I mean, you guys are one of the most reliable and like stalwart companions of the zodiac. And I don't think you give that side of yourself enough credit. You don't. You always kind of just assume that if you're not earning, you're not valuable. And that's a bunch of bullshit, because there are different forms of value, right? And this week it's all backwards. You are running the risk of devaluing that real value of yourself for that perceived value of yourself. Don't do it. This is your warning. Why? Because we're heading into Libra season, and Libra season is begging you, focus on relationships, focus on interactions, and focus on love. Stop always focusing on productivity, making, building, growing, earning. Cut that shit out. There are other ways to earn, Capricorn. There are other ways to earn. 1313 just showed up in front of my face. That's telling me you have an opportunity with a divine counterpart. You have an opportunity with a great love affair. You have an opportunity that you're basically shitting and pissing all over because you can't get out of this stuck mindset that there's only one way that I'm valuable, and that's if I have stuff and earn stuff. And that's a bunch of bullshit. It really is. Like, people love you for who you are and what you contribute, and what you contribute isn't just what you have. That's your safety net. That's your defensiveness. And that's too much about yourself for this season. Libra season is about the abandonment of oneself to focus on, the balance of one's personal value with what the value that they give to others. And that shared value that goes between people that you love. I'm feeling this strong sense this week that you are hopefully going to be able to wake up and see, holy crap, this new opportunity has been offered to me. Yeah, taking a higher perspective, a different point of view. A point of view that is not necessarily a point of view because you're earth. You're going to take that hardcore 3D feet in the ground, footfall perspective on things, right? But that doesn't see things from the larger perspective or distance or from the distance. Even if you have to ask somebody else that you trust and that you know, maybe somebody who's an air sign, maybe who has that different higher perspective, take their advice. listen to them, see what is up from that other perspective. It's going to seriously frickin' help you this week. All right, Capricorn, let's head over to the other side for the full tarot spread. Talk to you guys soon.